Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I wanted to show you how to upgrade your Eachine E58, add FPV and also extend its range. However, things don't always go according to plan and I failed in this upgrade. After a few test flights I think that the board got fried or something like that because the quadcopter stopped functioning, and in the couple of tests I've done before shooting the video I could get a range of about 70 to 80 meters, so it didn't improve the range dramatically, and in addition flying FPV with it wasn't very enjoyable. So after all, I don't think that these modes are necessary and I don't recommend you to do the modes that I've done in this video. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to announce the winner of the Eachine E58 and then I'm going to show you what I've done in the process of the upgrade, and maybe you're going to find it useful and maybe it's going to save you the trouble of doing it yourself, and you're going to come to the same conclusion that I've came to, that this upgrade is pretty obsolete. So now I'm going to pick the random winner. This is the YouTube URL. We had a total of 153 unique commenters. Let's start. And the winner of the Eachine E58 is Ron Widerman or Widerman. So Ron, congratulations, you just got yourself an Eachine E58. Just message me on YouTube and we'll take it from there. You need to send me your details and Banggood are going to send it directly to you. Again, I would like to thank Banggood for sponsoring this giveaway, and your support helped me a lot, and hopefully I will be able to bring you more exciting giveaways soon. So again, in the rest of this video, I'm going to show you what I've done in the process of the upgrade. I hope you will enjoy it, and I will see you soon on my next videos. Thank you guys for all of your support, and I wish you all happy holidays and Merry Christmas. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to connect a VTX to the DVR module of this camera. So I'm not going to just replace it with a TX03 camera, for example, which is a pretty simple upgrade just to replace the camera with another camera. I'm going to just try to use the existing module and hopefully it's going to work. And then I'm going to open up the transmitter and I'm going to pop up the antenna and maybe I'm going to replace it with another antenna. I'll see how it goes. So first, let's start with the VTX upgrade. The first thing you should do, of course, is to remove the battery. You don't want to have any battery inside while you do this upgrade. Then you need to remove all the bottom screws. Then you need to carefully remove the upper part. Now I'm going to remove this module over here, so I'm going to unscrew these screws. I highly recommend you to use a magnetic ball because it's going to keep everything in place, and because these are very small screws and you don't want them to get lost. We also need to remove these screws that hold the controller board, and hopefully finally we'll need to remove these 4 screws that are holding the cage of the battery because we need to access the bottom DVR board. Then you can carefully remove it, put it aside, and the part that we'll need to modify is the part over here. Just let me quickly remove this pad. Now we can see this is the antenna of the Wi-Fi. It is connected over here, and I'm going to solder the VTX now to these 3 pads over here, and then hopefully it's going to work. First, I'm going to check what is the voltage output of these pads because I don't want to burn anything. And according to my multimeter, the voltage output is 3.63 volts, so it should be fine with the VTX I'm going to use. The VTX I'm going to use is the ATX03, which has an input voltage of between 3.2 to 5.5 volts, so it should be fine. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to solder the plus and the minus wires to the board, and I'm also going to solder this yellow wire to the video output. Unfortunately, this method didn't work and I didn't get any picture. So after I've seen that this method didn't work, I'm going to remove the camera module and replace it with an all-in-one camera. So now this module is removed and I'm going to place the all-in-one camera in the front of the quadcopter. So after I've made sure that everything is working, now I'm going to connect this all-in-one camera. You can use any all-in-one camera that you'd like. You can also use a simple one because it's going to be limited by the range of the ready receiver and not by the FPV camera. So a simple 25 milliwatt camera should do fine. So what I've done, I've soldered the camera directly to the pads over here. And now I'm going to remove these plastic parts in order to fit the camera inside. Now you can see that the camera is properly secured inside. I also had to cut a hole because it didn't fit properly and it was blocked by the front part of the quadcopter. So now I'm going to wrap everything up. I'm also going to cut a hole on the top in order to antenna to fit in, and then I will make sure that everything is working properly. So now the quadcopter is ready. I didn't do a fantastic job and I also broke the lens and I had to glue it. Hopefully it's not going to damage the FPV experience, but be careful because these lenses can be easily broken. So while I adjusted it inside, I just pushed it and it broke. I glued it and hopefully it's going to be okay. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to modify the remote controller. All I'm going to do, I'm just going to open it up. I'm going to remove these dummy antennas, cut a hole inside, and just let the inner antenna come out. And hopefully it's going to improve its radio control distance. So this is the final outcome. You can see that I removed the antennas here. The antenna is popping out from this cutout. And you can see that, as I mentioned before, this is not a very pretty modification. And I really wish that I could just connect the VTX to the built-in camera and then it could also maintain its DVR functionality. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take it outdoors and see how it performs, and then we can see if it was worth all this work. Of course, you can just take an all-in-one camera and just power it off an external battery, but I think that modifying it from the inside can be a little bit more fun and educational experiment, but just take into consideration that you might break the quadcopter. So unfortunately it's a little bit windy today, but I need to finish this video today. So I'm just going to try it and hopefully the quadcopter will be able to fight these winds and I will be able to give you some good footage. So unfortunately after a few flights in the wind, when I tried to see how it performs, the quadcopter just refused to work, and also once I got it to take off, the motors was just rotating and it just flipped. Actually I can't get it to work right now. But that's really annoying and probably something is burned inside, maybe one of the motors. Now it even stopped working at all, so something is broken inside.